Well, now, here's something we haven't done for a while, and that is play Xplane 11. I had to reinstall everything on my machine about 2 weeks ago, and I didn't quite get around to reinstalling Xplane 11, so we are back in though. We're going to continue from where we left off in our big, long, around the world thing. We are at Rhodes, Diagoras, and I'm going to try and fly quite a long leg today to catch up. The airfield is Lima Tango Alpha India, which is Antalya or Alanya. It's a Turkish airfield, and it's actually off the map here. It's past here, where my cursor is now waving around. If this map continued, it would be about there. So I think it's quite a long flight. I think it's going to be a couple of hours, so this could be a bloody long video. I'm going to try and fly relatively quickly, so we will get ourselves organized. I'm just going to go through the quick pre-engine start and engine start checks. So let's just check that the brakes are on, which they are. Circuit breakers are all in, and electrical equipment is off. Avionics master switch is off. Fuel selector valve is to the both position. Fuel shutoff valve is in, and avionics circuit breakers are also in. Everything looks good here. Throttle open 1/4 inch. We will set the mixture to the idle cutoff, and we'll just go for rich. Check the props clear. Good. Master on. Flashing beacon on. Auxiliary fuel pump is on. Right, we got fuel flow. Yeah, we've got fuel flow. Pump off. And we'll start the engine. Clear prop. Okay, just want to set 1,000 RPM here. It was a bit high on the throttle there, but... And we'll just lean it up a fraction for the taxiing. That'll do. Pressures and temperatures are okay so far. Temperatures are climbing, pressures are all in the green. Got plenty of fuel, so we should be good. Right, check the flaps are fully up. They are. Levers up. Flaps confirmed as up. Avionics can now come on. Radios are on. Turn the ATIS, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to set for 0 at this airfield, because the other airfield is also coastal. Altimeter set. Heading set now. We're going to fly 090, I think. So I'm going to move my heading indicator around to 090, and then we'll engage the autopilot on 090. Once we're airborne, transponder to standby. I'm just going to scorp the code that's set at the moment. I'm not going to bother doing anything more. And a bit of lighting. Now, landing, taxi, nav. Actually, we don't need landing lights. Taxi and nav lights are on. Don't need the fighter heat today. Brakes test. Good. Okay, we've just started taxiing forward, rolling forward a fraction here, so I'm just going to... Now, I want to actually just check quickly that my crosswinds are seeing the brakes. Okay, that one there and that one there. Okay, so that one there is going to be my right toe brake. Right toe brake. And that one there is going to be my left toe brake. Left toe brake, right toe brake. Okay, at a certain point they both come on, which is fine. Okay, good. Okay, I'm not going to request clearance. We're just going to do this old-fashioned way. Okay, I'm not quite sure why the aircraft's not turning to the right here. There we go. Just a matter of pumping the throttle. Okay, we've got a on ramp here, so I'm going to use. That's interesting, my brakes don't appear to be working, actually. Because I just applied full brake there, and I'm getting no response. I did just set them. Yep, the brakes are not working. Okay, let's just check quickly why that's the case. Right toe brake. Ah, button 1. Okay. Left toe brake. Oh, it's seeing them as an axis. That's really weird. It's seeing this as button 1. Hit it. Okay, this is really annoying. Wish I could override that. So for some reason it's not seeing my left toe brake as an axis. It seems to be reading it as a button. I'm not sure what's going on there. I must say it has been a little bit problematic with the crosswinds in Xplane. Yeah, the brakes simply are not engaging. Let me just check what the normal key for brakes is. Keyboard. Search commands. Toe brakes. No command found. Okay, this is just horrible. Toe brakes. Brakes. Toggle auto brakes. Hold brakes maximum. Hold brake regular. Oh, God, I don't know. We'll just put that into the B key then. B for brakes. Toggle brakes regular effort. Hold brakes together. B hold brakes regular. Okay, fine. B key seems to... Okay. Right, I have to use the B key on my keyboard when I want to use the brakes. It's a bit annoying, but... Go forward. I gotta turn around here. Ah, it's a toggle. Ugh, that's just annoying. Okay, well, we're going to ignore that then. We're going to get airborne. So there's certainly problems binding the brakes right now. Very problematic. We're going to get airborne. And then we're going to turn on to 090 once we get a bit of height. Right, that's north. I keep turning here. Right, there's the airfield down there, so we're clear of the field traffic. And we'll climb just a little bit more, and then we'll set for autopilot, and we'll set for it straight on out. There's a couple of aircraft down there. Coming up on 1,500 feet indicated. We'll go for 2,000 feet, then we'll level off. Come right of fraction. We'll level off here. I'm going to set for 2200 RPM out there. A little bit lower than I wanted, but that's okay. And now engage the autopilot. Heading and altitude. Okay, now we can turn some lights off. Taxi light, nav light off. And aircraft should now hold just shy of 2,000 feet. I'm going to give it a squirt more. Let's give it a squirt more RPM. Very good. So, we want local time, don't we? It shouldn't be 0705 because it's already 9:05 in Germany, so that should be showing about 11:06-ish. Local time. Oh yeah, there we go. 9:06. No, that can't be real local time. Flight time 10 minutes. As we skip away from the Greek island of Rhodes, the last bit of Greek soil we shall be flying onto as we head into Turkey. flight across Turkey is going to be quite a long one, I think. It's going to take us 2 or 3 flights to get across Turkey. There's an oil platform. I wonder if you can land on that with a helicopter. Xplane oil. The zoom function is infinite in Xplane. You can actually just keep zooming and zooming and zooming. Obviously it's very difficult to demonstrate this with the track IR because I can pause the track IR. What's what we'll do? So we'll look at these hills over here in Turkey. I'll pause the track IR and we'll start zooming in. Still zooming, still zooming. Ah, it's like a television. Okay, let's find something that's a little bit easier to see. We'll try the sailing boat ripping along over there. Maybe something in the distance that's still rendered in already. Maybe over there. Okay, let's just try and center this in the screen. Out there. Zoom in. And you just keep going. Anyway. If we check the map now, we'll see what sort of progress we're making. So there we are there. Now, according to the... that's actually a 060, so that's interesting. I'm not actually hitting out on 090 at all. Do need 090, so I'm going to bring the autopilot. I just read that incorrectly before. I read the 6s and 9 for some reason. I think it's because it was on the bottom down here, and I read it upside down. And I forgot that E is east. So we're going to shoot across this here, this large piece of water, and then we're going to continue across this peninsula and then up. So this is going to be a long old flight. I'm almost certainly going to run out of things to say, so there'll probably be large portions where I'm silent. It'll be a very, very boring video. Another oil platform. Different looking, or we cut the flight short and we land at the first airfield we see once we make landfall over there. Looks military, frigate, helipad on the back. The way it throws wake is really funny. Piece of airplane getting in the way there. That thing really is steaming along. Look at the smoke. Maybe she's flying into wind. Flying into wind. Sailing into wind as well. Number 8. Ship number 8. Very pleasant flying conditions today. So I've got quite a nice track IR profile built now for the Cessna 172. It constrains my head to there. That's as far left as I can go. Going right, I can go as far as here. Up, as as high as my head will go, and then down sort of into my seat as low as that. I can look that far around to the right, so it's not too bad, and that far down to the left. I could possibly extend that a little bit, just increase the curve on that one so I can look back, but that's pretty good. Looking up, I can tilt my head to there, so probably need better up and down, but it's getting there. Building the track IR profiles can be quite a pain because Xplane will allow your head just to move right outside the cockpit, so you have to be quite studious with building a track IR profile. And I assume that if I fly another aeroplane, I'm gonna have to build a track IR profile for that aircraft as well. This is the full release version of Xplane we're on now, and it's pretty damn good. I mean, this is the vanilla release. I don't have any cockpit mods, any aircraft mods. That's a bit pixely, but I'm running on pretty good high texture quality, or medium high. Not the best. I've gone for 2048 size textures, so 2 megabyte sized textures. This is good though. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't often spend much time zoomed in there, so you know, my max zoom really when I'm looking at the cockpit interiors is that, and it's really fine for that. SkyMax Pro is back on, so that's what's generating these pretty nice looking clouds. Very pleasant day for flying. Just going to quickly check. Actually, I wonder if I can lean the mixture a bit. Probably not a good idea. I think I'll keep it relatively rich. I'm not in a hurry for fuel consumption. I'm quite happy to burn through the fuel that I've got. I'll flick that over to GPS. Not that I'm actually going to use it, but we're being tailed by a 747. We did a nice takeoff, circle and away. Wow. We gained a bit of extra speed doing that loop there. Whoa. We are 10%, maybe 15% of the way across this water body. I'd love it if there was an airfield over here, but I don't think there is. We've got a VOR or some kind of beacon here, an NTP. Castellorizzo. That could be a Greek island. But it looks like there's no airports, airfields, aerodromes over here. And I'm actually heading a little bit south of 090. So I might just correct the heading, because that's a I believe this is a magnetic, and the map is showing us grid. So I want to correct onto 090 grid. Our Boeing should be in front of us, probably a bit higher. See if we can see him. Actually, we'll see what altitude it says he is. Just going to have a look here. Should be right in front of us, up at 30,000 feet. Probably won't see him. Nah. Could be contrailing way up there someplace. I can't see him. If he's up there. he isn't to be seen, not by the likes of me. So it's been a pretty frantic couple of weeks on the YouTube channel. I have been flying lots and lots of DCS, and I'm very eagerly awaiting the full public release of the Normandy map. I do not have early access, I do not have beta tester access or anything like that. Back when the Kickstarter for the Normandy campaign was launched by Ego Dynamics, and I think it was Ilya actually who originally proposed the Kickstarter, I was very, very, very skeptical about DCS. I was still very much a Cliffs of Dover fanboy at that point, and I really didn't see any other flight sims being able to provide as good as an experience as what I had in Cliffs. However, times have changed. We are now 3 years down the line. Normandy comes out in a few weeks, and I kind of wish I had made the decision to get early access now. I think I see the contrail from the Boeing. Yeah, I wish I'd actually signed up for the early access now, because it looked amazing. I think the contrail is just up here. You'll see it coming through these clouds. Yep, that's the Boeing. Oh, it's a very dirty contrail. It's weird. Very ugly, actually. And it's not even a contrail, it's just a exhaust. Well, that's one for the conspiracy theorists. Fuel burn is nice and mellow. I think we'll end up with about 5 gallons left. We started with 15. We will be burning a relatively high amount of fuel on this RPM, but not enough to cause us concern. Shall we check the map again? Let's have a wee look here. Well, we're a third of the way across now. I was tempted to actually go for this airfield here, but I think it takes us too far north, and I really want to maintain this easterly heading because the Turkish coast runs pretty much due east-west here, and I want to get across Turkey to the Middle East quickly. We've got some, I guess we could say we've got some ground to catch up on, because if I hadn't have had to reformat my PC and all my hard drives, then I think we would have recorded 2 or 3 more videos and would be a bit further along. That's just the way it goes though. Just have to deal. Just have to deal. I wouldn't mind it if we could kick along a bit faster than this. 130, 140 would be nice. 140, probably asking a bit much. Not knots, miles per hour. We're currently on 105 knots, so it's 110 mph. I wonder whether I should give that a bit of a hit. Let's go with a bit more RPM. We'll kick the RPM up to say 2350. Speed's now climbing. 115. Just stopping at about 117, 118. We might get 120. Just shy of 120. RPM's crept up to 2400. we have 120,119. So gain another 10-15 miles per hour there. That'll put us in good stead. Just make out the water texture skipping along. Quite a large amount of cloud now. I wouldn't say it's overcast, but it's getting close to overcast. Let's just have a look at the frame rate. Bring up the frame rate counter. I'm getting 47, 46 frames per second, which is pretty decent. I would obviously like 60 because then I could cap it there with a VSync. I've got a 120Hz monitor, so if I can cap my software at 60Hz, half the refresh rate, that's normally my ideal sort of situation. I think we're sitting above 120 now, the airspeed. Yes, 122, 123 maybe. 115, 110 knots. Yeah, 110 knots. Just going to check outside air temperature. 10 degrees. Excellent. Go through a few engine checks just to make sure everything's ticking along. I've got positive fuel flow. I've got power, I've got amps, I've got vacuum pressure. Kind of negative pressure, isn't it? Vacuum pressure. Oil pressure's in the green. Temperatures are fine. Fuel quantity is still fine. It's still moving down very slowly. Same on balance on both tanks. Good. Right, we can see the coast quite clearly now. Over there. In fact, there is the actual coastline. What I might have to do is climb up to about 6,000 or 7,000 feet when we get close to this coastline, so we can climb over these mountains. So our airfield is on the other side of this mountain range. Let's have a look. Yes, there we go. We've got Antalya in sight. It is 100 nautical miles away. So it's going to take us an hour to get there. And I need to turn left onto about 075. So let's adjust the heading now. In fact, I think I'm going to pop it just onto about 07. Yeah, just left of 075. We'll see how the aircraft is adjusting its position on the GPS. That looks a lot better. There are no airfields that I can see between us and the destination. I'd like to be able to land down here somewhere, but I don't see any. I'm not sure how to tell if there are. It appears to be just rendering the big major airfields. I'm not quite sure how to show the smaller fields. What's that one there? Is that an airfield? Ah, it's an NDB. There's nothing else around here. What I might do is I might just open Google Maps on another computer next to me here. So I'll just pause the track IR so it doesn't move around. We're going to have to think about climbing soon too, because we do have terrain. So I'm just going to look at Google Maps and I'm going to look for other airfields. Okay, I'm just loading up WebEye, which is the IVAO map. And it's not showing me any airfields actually on this map. Might have to select a different. Nope, that's not helping. I'm selecting a different. Okay, I'm going to try and open a map of airports in Turkey. Oh wow, there's really nothing. Ah, okay. There is one small airfield. I think it's a... it's Greek. At Castellorizzo Air. Okay, there is one more Greek airfield. Otherwise, we have to fly all the way to Antalya, or we could stop at this Greek airfield on the way, which is there. There's an airfield there. And that NDB belongs to an airfield. Now that means I can turn right, fly down this coast, and we'll land there. That will significantly reduce our flight time here and will still give us a good chunk. And it means we'll still be in Greece. So much for me saying goodbye to Greece. What do we need? A heading of about 130, 120. Let's go with 130. Okay, we're changing our flight plan. 130. Using the basically using the autopilot here to change the aircraft setting. Okay, now I may actually submit a flight plan to bring us in and land at this one. See if I can get the name of the airfield again. It is Castellorizzo. Castellorizzo. Okay. So I'm just going to plug that in. See what airfield code it gives me. Okay, Lima Golf Kilo Juliet, apparently. Lima Golf Kilo Juliet. Now let's have a look here. Gosh, I'm forgetting how to do all this. By the flight plan. Lima Golf Kilo Juliet. It doesn't know Lima Golf Kilo Juliet. The other option is this is the ICAO field. This is the ICAO one. Lima Golf Kilo Juliet. Oh dear, maybe it's not here on the map. Kilo Zulu Oscar. That's not their code for the airfield. Maybe the airfield's not there. The airfield's not there. Oh well, change of plan again, I guess. The airfield is not there. So we're going to turn the autopilot off and we're going to climb. And I'm going to climb to about 5,000 feet. In fact, I'm going to climb left, make a bit of a left-hand turn. Trim back here, trim. Okay, that's holding steady. Still got good airspeed. We may end up punching up through the cloud. Gonna just rich the mixture so we can get a little bit more engine maybe. They may have to reduce that because we might need more air in the engine soon. 2,500 feet. I think the clouds are at about 4. Probably end up punching up through the cloud. How's my fuel? Fuel is absolutely fine. This aircraft is such a conservative drinker of gas. It's amazing. The airspeed's now coming back. Just pulling the mixture down there, probably unnecessarily. Keep climbing. Moving the heading indicator around. We're on 80 knots now. It's pretty slow. We're really trying to get this aircraft up a bit, gain a bit of altitude. I think it's going to be wise if we punch through the cloud actually. Got 700 feet per minute. I will clear the terrain that's immediately in front of me, but it looks like in the very far distance there's some big bumps over there. Those are the ones I want to make sure I'm above. Right, 4,000 feet. Airspeed's holding nicely on about 83 knots. Yeah, this terrain is pretty decent in terms of altitude. We'll see how we go. Right. I think I want the aircraft to hold the heading of about that. But I want to climb. Quite lush down here with agriculture. In the clouds in just a moment. Okay, I'm going to increase RPM. I want to climb up through these clouds with some rapidity. And we're switching over to instruments now. (5,500 feet). Frame rate's not that good over there. Let's have a quick check. 37. I lost 10 frames per second by flying in over land and into the cloud. Turning there. 6,000 feet. Six and a half. Properly enveloped in cloud at the moment. I keep a close eye on all my instruments here. I do not want to lose height, not with those mountains below me. Coming up on 7. Just starting to see through the cloud now. There we go, we're just about through. Alright. Up she pops. We'll gain another 1,000 feet or so, and then we'll level off. Actually, we've got cloud breaking beneath us as well. That's a pretty sight. There's one of these. Oh, that contrail looks terrible. Now, I don't know if that's SkyMax Pro that's doing that, or whether it's default. But what we'll do is we'll turn SkyMax Pro off. No, it's not. It's the default. That's terrible. Oh, it looks like that aircraft's bloody on fire. Just re-enabling SkyMax Pro. Nice clouds come back. That's really shocking, Xplane. That engine exhaust. My goodness. There is actually no contrail, because the contrail should stretch across the entire sky. I mean, you've seen those things can last for hours. And there's just that big, dirty, disgusting ball of black ink coming out the back of that airplane. That's really horrific. Just something more that needs fixing, guys. I think we're making pretty good progress here. Yep. Pretty much on course too. There's an interesting ridge line along there. That shelf just drops off this this plateau and down into the valley there. Quite odd. I bet there's some really interesting terrain around here. Not many flight simmers would have spent much time around here either, I would imagine. What I might do is just drop this aircraft down a little bit. Oh yeah, turbulent now too. Now that we're up over these hills, the aircraft's wobbling around. We've got some winds kicking up. Yeah. Okay, this could be interesting. I'm just going to trim the nose down a fraction. Oh, we'll spend some time looking around now that we're over some interesting land. Just got to avoid this constant right wing drop so we can stay on course. Otherwise we end up back over the coast there. We don't want to do that. Trying to slice off this little peninsula. Interesting gorge down there. I'm not tempted to fly through. Too narrow, actually. Just got to keep my eye on my airspeed here because I'm just touching the nose down a little, and I don't want to overspeed this thing, which can happen pretty easily in the Cessna. That gorge is actually very cool. Two aircraft up there with those ugly ash grey, I'm not even going to call them contrails, I don't know what to refer to that as. It's ugly, ugly, ugly stuff. Okay, we're just about around this piece of terrain now. It's a pretty high mountain, this one. Looks like it comes up to about 8,000 feet. 9,000, in fact 10,000 feet. We're going to scoot around it. It's a very impressive gorge. Seems like we're sinking a little here. It may just be that the terrain is rising a little, so it visually seems like we're sinking when we're not, but I just get the feeling we're descending. We've lost 100 or 200 feet, so it's not so bad. Very rugged around here. -2 degrees, so I think we should probably look at putting the pytho heat on. Although it's not, there's no rain or moisture in the air, so hopefully nothing will freeze up. But it's worth putting the heater on just to make sure. The airfield may actually be up over where that water is. Possibly. Now we are probably just over the halfway mark, maybe further. We may be 60% of the way through this trip. All rather disappointing that there's no other airfields nearby. Just absolutely confirm that. No other little local fields popping in. Nope. I'm forced to do these long flights. Due to the lack of airfields. Now, there probably are in real life airfields around here somewhere, but they're just not. Well, we know that Castellorizzo wasn't in the database, so it's just possible that they're not in the database. Visually scanning down here, looking for an airfield. Don't see anything. I think that's a lake up there actually. No, it's fog. It's not sea, it's not lake, it's just fog. Wow. A whole lot of clouds just rendered in. The weather's changed. That's SkyMax Pro updating with the new weather. Might start getting hairy soon. No sign of any airfields at all. It's a farmer's paddock. How's my fuel? Fine. Phew. It's getting tiring. I can't imagine what it's going to be like when I've got to fly across somewhere like Saudi Arabia. That's going to be hectic. Well, not hectic, it's going to be the complete opposite of hectic, isn't it? Dull, dull, dull. Start getting a headache from the throbbing of that engine. Just turned down the my headset a little bit actually, because the engine was really starting to get to me, this noise. Just pulled that back off. Alright. You can see I've been adjusting my course quite a lot. I need to settle on a course now. I've got terrain up ahead. Not sure I'm going to clear it. Steady on 9,000 feet. Got another cloud layer above us. We had a cloud layer which we climbed through back earlier out of the water. That was at about 4.5 to 7,000 feet. We popped through at about 7.5, I think. Then we passed that cloud bank, and now we've come into this other one, which is higher than us. Still got a lot of terrain ahead. Really would like to be able to get over this terrain under the cloud. Because it's off in the distance, it's hard to tell what height those hills are, whether they're below me or not. What I'll do is I'll throw the autopilot on here. And we'll let the airplane fly on this heading for a bit longer. Just hold this. We are wobbling around a lot. You can see it most obviously down here to the left. I'm just going to hold my head steady. See how much the wind is buffeting this aeroplane. Really a considerable amount. Scan for airfields. There's a populated area over there. I wonder if they've put an airfield. I think so. if this was a German town, there'd be an airfield there for sure. We're in Turkey. Not quite sure how popular general aviation is in Turkey, so maybe there's not so many of these small town airfields. Maybe the farmers, if they have any aircraft, they just use their own properties to take off and land on. Alrighty ho. Check our old friend the map again. Very well, very well. So that detour did cost us, I would say, about 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. It's a bit frustrating heading down towards Castellorizzo, but we're back on track now. We've got one more sort of major piece of terrain to cross, which is this here. And then once we're over that, we are pretty much on a descent into our destination, which is here, this ginormous airfield. Lima Alpha. Which is it? Lima Alpha. Lima Tango Alpha India. Big old place. Look at that. Boom, boomity, boomity, boom. Now, if it's not busy, I'm going to just come in and land myself. I'll just come in from the south. And we'll just go straight in. We'll just go straight in VFR, no air traffic control, no nothing. Just misbehaving. I think we're going to have to climb up ahead. But we'll wait a bit longer to be absolutely certain. We should get over this first bridge here with ease. So that peak there I'm worried about. We may be higher than this here. There's only a few hundred feet separation between that peak and this saddle. So I think we're going to need to gain 500 feet. We'll worry about that in a few minutes. Let's check our flight time. One hour 3 so far. 10 o'clock local. Nice little valley down there. We're approaching our terrain, and I'm increasingly confident that we're not going to get over this. You can always turn left and go around it. We can gain a few hundred feet to go over it, which I think is my preferred option. A lot of agriculture, every valley. It's really amazing around here. It's very wide valley floors, probably alluvial. this extensive agriculture. Quite cool. I wonder if it's time for us to start climbing here already. I think we should go up now. Let's go up. And then as soon as we're over this high ground, we're actually going to start descending. Try and drop down to about 3,000 feet. As we head on in towards the destination. Ceased climbing there for a second. Now we're climbing again. I think my airspeed just dropped off and then the nose sank. And I'm going to do it again. It's going to do this constant climb, descend, I think. Between about 200 foot per minute climb and about a 600 foot per minute climb. So it's going to pendulum swing, alternate between the two. Thousand feet. Supposed to leave the mixture somewhere up here. Oh, we're down to our 10 gallons now, so we've used up 1/3 of our. Oh no, we've still got about 11. We've quite used up 1/3 of our fuel. But we've done 75% of the journey, I think. Yeah, easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 grids, and we've done 1, 2, 3, 4 and a half, nearly 5 grids. Coming up to the ridge. I think this is the highest I've flown in the Cessna, above 10,000 feet. I don't think I've been up there before. But obviously we're very close to the terrain, so it doesn't feel like 10,000 feet. It feels like 1 or 2,000 because we are 1 or 2,000 AGL. Soon to be about 500 AGL. We may almost be below that bridge on the right there. We may be below that. We're very close to it, just skipping past. We're only just going to clear this stuff here. Wow, I did need that 500 feet. In fact, I was at 9,000, I think, when we started climbing, so I was about 1,000 feet lower than I needed to be. See, there's a patch of snow, a couple of patches of snow up here. So it gets very cold up here. -5 degrees currently, and we're pretty close to ground level. That check. Okay, we're on good heading. We'll be descending shortly. And I think my descent is going to occur in this gap here. Down there. That's where I'm going to descend down through that gap. All I've got to do is just close up over this ridge here. This is the final ridge here. And we should have a nice long descent. And we're pretty close to these hilltops. Pretty close indeed. Engine is performing admirably. She's been on pretty high RPM the whole trip. Just going to give it another squirt here of fuel. And we've been sitting at 2300 RPM the whole journey. It's performed like jammed in. Jammed in bus. Minus 6 degrees, so somehow we've managed. Oh no, we've climbed that way. I was thinking we've gone up in temperature. The temperature's gone down a fraction. There's our desired heading. Down there. That zoom is amazing. It's a little bit ridiculous, but it's amazing at the same time. Soon off to my right, up at 35,000 feet. The light aircraft around the beach at 11, same height as me almost. I think I see another patch of snow. No, I don't. Oh, there's a nice alpine lake there. Way up here. Right, now we can start descending. I'm going to notch the nose down a few with the trim, just into a very slight nose down position. And then we'll keep a very close eye on the airspeed and the attitude as we descend. Got the sea down here, and then the airfield should be over there. Clear this ridge still. I've changed the plan. I'm going to drop down straight in front of us. I was talking about dropping down through here, but I think that's going to put us too far north. So I'm going to use this gap here basically, this little U shape. We're going to scoot through there, then we're going to turn left. And then on longish finals. Still climbing here. I really need to get this nose down. Keep an eye on that airspeed. I don't want it going above 120. We're going to make up some distance pretty quickly though now. We've already gained about 20 knots. That's still increasing. Keep trimming this nose down as we get closer to that. Yeah, just keep leveling off. I really don't want to be leveling off. There's another dirty contrail slash source. There's so much stuff coming out the back of that airplane, it looks like an emergency. So much particulate matter pouring out the back there. Oh, we're climbing still. Oh, really, get your nose down, girl. We're pumping that nose down trim consistently. Of course, it gains airspeed, and then it, yes, RPM is climbing very quickly. So let's bring the RPM back down to 24. Now we'll get it a good descent. Here we go. Now we're descending. I'll just give it a touch more. Throttle. 24. My airspeed up too, because I want to progress down here. Right, we're just dropping at 800 feet per minute. I'll get the reverse lens doing this. It does look like a cool place to fly down through though, on approach into the airfield. Where is the airport? Over there somewhere. Don't see it. Big city. No, we're going to scoot down through here, which is also pretty cool. Kicking our way down this valley. Quite forested down there. Temperature's coming up now, -4 degrees, -3 degrees as we descend into the warmer air, descending well over 1,000 feet per minute. But the airspeed is in a good range, so no need to be concerned. Coming up to 9,000 feet. Okay, RPM's climbing, so put it back again. Airspeed almost at 140 miles per hour there, so we're descending rapido. Very steep looking cliffs there. How's our flight time? 1 hour 20. This is going to be a long old video. Yeah, anyone's going to watch it from start to finish. Highly unlikely. I think average view time on my channel is about 4 minutes, so maybe this is a chance to get the average up. Put some poor people through the torture of watching this whole thing from start to finish. Now, where is our airfield? I'd like to know. That sounds like we are losing airspeed, losing RPM. Losing RPM. Zero degrees now. Make the mixture full rich as we descend. Well, we've pretty much done it. Bit of of a marathon endurance test. I say I much prefer the 25-30 minute flights to these 1 hour, 120, 130 flights. Run out of things to talk about. Empty out all the oxygen in the room and then I suffocate. So I forgot to open a window or a door. Big town. It really is a big town. The airfield should be... There it is. There it is there. There's the airfield. The giant runway layout. Absolutely enormous. GPS for other traffic. There's this guy here. I don't know what his destination is. He might swing around. There's also the Beechcraft. He's catching me up. He's probably twice as fast as I am. Yeah, he's only 168, so he's quite quick. He could actually catch me up before I get to the field. I'm going to adjust course directly towards it, and then we'll orientate ourselves once we get a bit closer. Oh, we've passed the mountains. We're out over open water now. There's a lovely beach down there. Look at that. Wow. White sand. There's a few nice beaches along this coast in that direction. Although there's a highway there. Marina, and then the city harbour. We're pumping out copious amounts of pollution into the water. A river which probably takes the runoff and who knows what from the agricultural and urban area, dumps it into the sea. Another harbour? No. It's quite steep there just before the water's edge. Tower block. Okay, right, so we'll just go through some GTC fuel slip, both for just for rich instruments. It's in the green, still plenty of fuel. Avionics, we'll be using those on the way in, so we'll use the nav GPS aircraft lights as required. We should have had our nav lights on actually the whole time, we haven't had them on. Turn those on now. And we'll strobe fighter heat can now probably come off. Fuel pump will be off. We will turn the landing light on shortly once we get a bit closer in. Right, how's my aeroplane doing then? 2300 RPM. We've started climbing, so I'm just going to kill off some of that. Down at 5,000 feet now, so we've halved our altitude, which is good. And we're going to approach from, basically from about here, this town, these cliffs here where these two light patches are. We'll approach from there and then we'll shoot it. Probably be there at about 1,500 feet, I think. Just drawing a little map in my head. 3D map. properly out over the bay now. Now, I haven't landed a Cessna for... how long have I not landed a Cessna for? 3 weeks. Interestingly though, the DCS Spitfire, despite being a tail dragger, has actually been reinforcing with me the need for less flare. The DCS Spitfire, you don't flare nearly as much as you do the earlier Spitfires or the Spitfires in the Cliffs of Dover. So that bad habit, shall I say, that I got into flying cliffs, pretty much pointing the nose at the sky when I'm landing. In DCS, you kind of landed on the main undercarriage, almost a level attitude, zero angle of attack. Okay, still some angle of attack, but much closer to the zero angle of attack. And you just sort of fly it down the runway with the wheels just off the grass, or of the concrete, shall we say, and then you just hold the attitude and pull the throttle and it settles onto the front wheels, and then the tail will be let down with a bit of elevator. But it's much more similar to flying these things in with the tricycle gear at the front. You can basically come in and not really flare very much and try and settle the 3 wheels down. So I might have learned some better habits that may translate into a better touch with the Cessna, which you'll see. I'm not guaranteeing anything. What I can guarantee is almost certainly that it's going to be worse, but we'll try for better. I've got 1, 2, 3 runways I can use here. This one, the old concrete one here. I'm tempted to use that one there, and then turn right to the stands. So let's line ourselves up. I'm just going to check the GPS for other aircraft. Oh, PG's catching me up! What's his height now? It's still 10,000 feet. Should be able to get in before he does. I'm going to line up now. I'm not going to use air traffic control. This is really a bit of a relearning Xplane, I guess, flight, this one, so we're not going to use all the full systems. I think I'll be back with the next flight. We'll have IVAO back on. So that's the plan for the next flight. For this flight, I just wanted to get SkyMax Pro working to make sure all my controls were set up and get on the way again. And so for next time we'll a bit more. Right, 2100 RPM, we'll set there, we'll let the nose drop, get this airspeed down. I want to hit 70 if I can, 70 knots. Right, time for the landing light and the taxi light. Okay, we're sitting on 1900 RPM now, 500 FPM percent. Nobody's down there, we are too high. Okay, we'll line ourselves up now. We're straight in. Speed's almost back into the good range. I'll be able to drop my flaps in about 10 seconds. And we're in flat airspeed now, so I can drop the flaps if I wanted. Just trimming up on the nose there. Okay, we're lined up for a sort of medium range finals, I guess. Medium to long finals. I guess for a Cessna it's long finals. Very shorts for a 4-engine heavy. I just chop the throttle because I want to make absolutely sure that my airspeed is well below the flap limit before I drop the flap in, and then we can start throttling back up. Right, first notch of flap, now the airspeed's coming back. There we go, second notch of flap, hold it on 2 notches of flap. Now we'll bring the throttle back in, 70 knots, see if we can hold that, hold the attitude here. This is not bad. 60 knots, bit slow. Right, let's put the old what's it doodle in so you can see me jiggling it out, the controls. So, all white lights on that runway, so we're too high. Kill the throttle again. Yeah, all white lights. We're high, very high. When you zoom in, you can tell what angle you've got a lot better. Zoomed out, it seems fine. It seems like we're on quite a shallow approach. When you zoom in, you see the angle down to the threshold, and you're like, oh crap, we're almost on top of it. I don't know what's more accurate, actually. It seems like because we're getting the white lights, the white stripes, that we are too high. So using that zoom and feeling that it's too high based on the zoom is actually painting an accurate picture. That runway looks like it's almost vertically going off into the distance from that angle. 65 knots. I'm going to use the attitude for my airspeed. Hold at 70, the attitude. I'm going to bring in full flap now, and then I'm going to push the nose forward again. Get more airspeed as the airspeed drops back. Now, very shortly, I can probably start putting some sauce on to push the aim point back down. Okay, holding 65. Power on now. Just to extend the aim point a bit. Holding 65. A little bit wobbly here. Don't know what sort of crosswind situation we have down here. It doesn't feel like there's much of a breeze. We may be getting blown slightly off to the left, so I'm holding just a little bit of right. Okay, power on now. Is there a windsock? Can't see one. Getting slow. Aircraft over there. More aircraft over there. There we go, 70 knots, that's what I want, 65, 70. I'm going to come a bit short, the sauce. Bring the nose up a fraction just to slow it down, and push the nose down just to speed it up. We're just hovering around that 65 knot mark. Okay, I want to bring my aim point back with it coming in over the radial thingamabobby, what's it? That's what the beeping sound is on my radio. 65 still, holding that airspeed very tightly here. Okay, I want to bring the aim point closer into me, so I'm just chopping the throttle. Push the nose forward, hold the 65, hold the 65, and the speed come back, raising the nose a fraction. Now we're on the 65. Going to land a fraction long here. 65, right rudder. Okay, sauce on. Now we're switching over to more instinctive flying. Tiny flare. Tiny flare. And we're down. A little bit of a squeak squeak. And we're away. Right, let's find an exit from this godforsaken runway. I think we've got one up here on the right, so taxi over. So PA are just about to leave over there. We've got a speed bird. Yep, but he seems parked. Okay, taxi lights need to come on in a second. If I can just get this aeroplane. Taxi lights are on. Okay, good. Landing light can come off. Strobe come on, I think. Visibility. Right, flaps up. Yep, flaps visually confirmed are up. I don't really want this exit way because it's going off in the wrong direction. Oh, I'm going to take it anyway. No, I'm not. I'm not taking it. I want one that goes off that way towards those stands over there. Oh, there doesn't seem to be one. Fine. Thank you. Runway clear. Right, I think we'll park over here next to the Speedy. No buildings at this airfield. Oh, is it Air New Zealand? 2 Air New Zealands and Emirates. A couple of non-liveried defaulters. Whoop, 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 whoop. Okay, we'll stop it there. Parking brake on. Toggle the other brakes off. Get rid of some lights. Oh, we're moving. We're moving. We're moving. Whew. Off. 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 Everything's off there. Avionics off. Clean the mixture. That off. Everything's pretty much offity, offity, off. There we go. Okay, quick check of the landing, which we always do. Here we are on Finales. Watch this from here. Very slow. 65 knots looks incredibly slow. Give ourselves a chance to see how the touchdown is. Pretty much idling our way in at this point. See, the angle's relatively steep. Just with the height. A little bit of power comes on. Pretty much 3 points. There was a little bit of a drop onto the tarmac, so not perfect. Pretty good. Here we are wobbling around with this brake situation that I've got. So jolly good. I'm pretty happy with that. We are back in business with Xplane. It also means that we'll be progressing a bit more soon. So look forward to seeing some more of these flights. I don't know if we want to do the ones that are this long in future, but we'll see. Thanks for watching as usual.